Hello, brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining me. I saw this story that originally I wasn't going to do, but it seems to have blown up all over the internet. So I thought, okay, let's see what this is all about. So this is a story about a young girl who had to defend herself against migrants in Scotland with a knife or a couple of knives. And that interests me because, little known fact, I don't sound like it, but I am Scottish. Born in Bells Hill Maternity, of all places. But I've been in America for a very long time. So Scotland's stories always interest me. And so let's read this. And I've got a couple articles here I'm going to read. And I do want to actually watch the video and see what's going on here and then kind of react to it. So I pulled this up. This is in jihadwatch.org. And I don't normally pull stories up from sites like this because just looking at the name, it's obviously very biased against Muslims, given that it's jihadwatch.org. The owners of this site are looking out for jihadists. They seem to have a video of the incident here. So let's go ahead and read through this story and watch this video. So in Scotland, police arrest 14-year-old girl for brandishing knife to defend herself against Muslim migrant. And this is August 26th. This is yesterday. And I believe this actually happened on the 23rd. So this is a pretty new story that blew up across the internet pretty fast. In 4 days, it's all over my Twitter and everything. So let's see what happened here. So we've got, appears to be an X post breaking. Police have arrested and charged 14-year-old girl after she was forced to brandish a knife to defend herself and her friend against a Muslim migrant who attempted to assault her near St. Anne's Lane in Dundee, Scotland. Protect your daughters from jihadi Muslims. Okay, that's a little bit of a biased article. She was forced to brandish. I don't know if anybody's ever forced to brandish, especially when in the UK you're not supposed to be carrying knives. Now, me personally, I think it's nonsense to outlaw tools, and people should be able to carry normal tools like pocket knives or small axes around if they have a lawful purpose for them. Now, a little girl carrying around a knife and an axe to defend herself, that might be a little different. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think kids should be doing that. But let's go ahead. Let's see what happens here. All right, so let's try to watch the video first.
No, you don't dare!
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't! Hey, I'm fucking 12 me! You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking with us?
You're fucking kid bashers!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from us!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch it!
That's
touch me.
it. That's
Do whatever
it.
you
Show
want
the
to
knife.
me. Don't touch my little sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She ain't fucking 12! Wait until I fucking catch you! She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Wait until I fucking catch me!
Yeah. Show the knife. Maracha.
Don't touch her! Don't to me! Don't touch her! No, you don't!
All right, so a lot of disinformation about this going out on the internet because I've seen that it's a 14, a 12, all kinds of things year old girl that was brandishing, protecting her 12-year-old sister. It looks like it's actually the other way around. To me, it appears there's a 14-year-old girl with a phone trying to call somebody for help. She's actually trying to restrain this other girl who's got absolutely a dangerous knife and a dangerous axe in her hands, and is very angry and looks like she's going to have a go at some man. And it appears to me that the man is videoing her, and he is winding her up a little. He's like, hey, show me the knife, show me the knife. And so he wants to catch her on video with this knife, and so that it can go out there. So this video is absolutely concerning. And then you see what I think of. The older girl says, leave her alone, she's 12. And you see the younger girl saying, you've been going around battering kids, battering in Scotland, beating them up for Americans. I'll do some Scottish translation. And so this looks like an argument with a girl brandishing a knife to me. Now, why? I don't know. But that's what I'm seeing in this video. 14-year-old trying to call for help, and there's a guy videoing them. His accent alone, it's hard to tell. It sounds Scottish to me, but it might be a little bit off. So he may be an immigrant with a Scottish accent. So he's been in Scotland a very long time. And then there was one quick flash of a woman in the shot as well for a second, I think in a yellow jacket. So it's a 43-second clip. So I'm going to watch it one more time just so people can see it. And again, because I want people to make their own opinions about it. And then we'll go on, and there's another article about it that we'll talk about. So let's go back to the very beginning and let's watch it again. And yeah, that looks like a Scottish bus. The buildings look like, flats, so apartment complex in Scotland. So all that lines up for me.
You don't dare!
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't! Hey, I'm fucking 12 me! You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking with us?
These are fucking kid bashers!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from her!
Show the knife. Show the
Don't
knife.
touch her!
That's it. That's
Yeah, there were a couple of adults over in the shot. So see, there's also here, this appears to me to be a woman in kind of a pink jacket also watching, and this is what I'm seeing there.
Show the knife. Show the
Don't
knife.
touch her!
That's
Touch
it,
me,
that's
do whatever
it.
you
Show
want
the
to me.
knife.
Don't touch my love sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She ain't fucking 12! Where's her fucking catching me? She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Where's her fucking catching me?
Yes, another man just walked through the shot.
Yeah. Show
Looks like
the
he's just
knife.
going on his business.
Maratha.
Don't
Maratha.
touch her! Don't to me! Don't touch her!
So the girl definitely threatened the man, wait till I effing catch you, mate. But she did call him a child basher. And there are at least two adult witnesses. It appears a man walks down the path, and then there's a woman watching, it appears to me in jeans and a yellow top. So the police will have, witnesses to this event. All right, so I think we've watched it now a couple times. So let's read through this story. This is in the Nordic Times, and this is Wednesday, August 27th. So that's today. So this is a little bit newer. And 14-year-old Sophie of Dundee becomes viral hero, a symbol of Britain's betrayed children. And this is under deteriorating safety in the Nordic Times. And you've got the girl here. That's obviously the same girl brandishing a large kitchen knife and a small axe, that camping axe, right? I actually don't see anything wrong with an adult having these weapons. I would be concerned with anyone brandishing them, and I'd really want to kind of know why they were doing that. Whether they were an adult or a child, brandishing them at a person, I think would be problematic. Even in America, I think she would probably be in trouble if this was the whole story. But we really need context here. And this is a great picture, Braveheart, you get the saltire behind her. An old Scottish war axe and a short sword. So from the editorial staff, a 14-year-old girl from Dundee, Scotland was arrested for weapon possession after defending her little sister has become a viral hero on social media posts. And again, so there's a little bit of misinformation here. The girl, I think, is the younger one, or the one who was restraining her seemed older to me, but maybe it was just a big girl. Maybe the 12-year-old was the bigger one. The girl who wielded an axe and a machete, I don't know if it's a machete, I'd call it a large kitchen knife, to reportedly protect her 12-year-old sister from harassing immigrant men, is now being praised worldwide and has become a symbol of what British children must do when authorities and the adult world have abandoned them. Now, the guy might have been harassing her, but in that video, all I saw him do was video her and kind of egg her on because he knew she had a knife to pull the knife out. I didn't see her attacking, and I didn't see any other. I've never seen any other video of this. A 14-year-old girl from Dundee, Scotland, has reportedly been arrested for weapon possession after allegedly trying to protect her little sister. Migrants. In a video circulated on social media, the girl, who according to some reports is named Sophie, is seen wielding an axe and a machete while one of the girls screams off camera. Don't effing punched my little sister. She's 12. The confrontation reportedly took place on Saturday afternoon in the Lockheed district, where the two immigrant men allegedly filmed the girls at the approach. Musk and politicians bear the blame. The incident has caused a major stir on social media, where the girl is now being hailed as a Scottish hero, and even Tesla CEO Elon Musk has drawn attention to the case. So that's why it's become a big case. Anything Elon boosts ends up getting a lot of attention. Start by condemning the grovelers and collaborators in positions of authority in Britain who aided the rape epidemic of their own people or turned a blind eye to their responsibilities. The tech billionaire wrote angrily on Platform X, referring to the systemic grooming scandals that have shaken Britain over the years. Yeah, Britain needs to do more. Labor governments need to stop covering up the rape gangs, the grooming gangs that are going on, because it's their voters. The people that have been accused of doing this predominantly vote Labor. No, you need to give justice to the people that need justice. All that should be fully investigated, completely agree, and anyone who broke the law should be held to account. This is not a racial issue. This is a justice issue. And so we just really read that from Elon. DC Drano, who posted the actual picture that Musk was referring to, said the UK has experienced record numbers of migrant rapes and police barely help. Teenage girls have resorted to defending themselves from being assaulted. And what do police do? They arrest the girls trying not to be raped. The UK is falling to dystopian levels. Yeah, there is some truth to all of this. I think it's a mix from what I understand, and I'm not all up on this, but what I understand is in some of the immigrant communities, mostly in the south of England, not in Scotland, people are still following Sharia law and think it's quite okay to marry or date or go out with young girls. And that's leading to what in the UK is rape, because these girls are not of the age of consent. But because this is from their culture, minority advocates and judges seem to be being lenient on them, and councils, when they're doing investigations, seem to be being lenient. And most of these girls are probably from these same communities. There are also girls that aren't from these communities that have been impacted, and migrant men are saying, hey, it's part of our culture. We didn't know this was wrong. They're getting away with it. No, nobody should be getting away with this. If the law in the UK says the age of consent is whatever, 16, I don't even know. Tell me in the comments. But if it says it's 16 and a girl is under 16, she can't even give consent legally, even if she's part of that community, in my view. And I'm not a solicitor, so I don't know, but that's my view. And then similarly, girls that are, even if they're willing, legally they cannot give consent, and the adults are guilty of at least sexual assault when these things are happening. And these things should be investigated and prosecuted properly. It doesn't matter that the person is a migrant. He should be prosecuted just like a white man born in Britain would be prosecuted. And that's what's causing all this trouble. It's the kind of two-tier system that there's laws and punishment for one group, and then there's easier laws and punishment for another group. And that's what the problem is. If the law was applied impartially, we wouldn't even be talking about this that much. On social media, images and AI-generated video clips have spread depicting the girl as a modern version of Scottish hero William Wallace from the film Braveheart. She is called Sophie of Dundee, Braveheart and Sophie the Brave. By her supporters, who will see her as an unwilling symbol of citizens' desperation when the state has failed and abandoned those most vulnerable. Yep, I can see that. Danish data researcher Jonathan Paleson called the image of the girl potentially iconic. The UK has catastrophically failed in protecting 12-year-old girls, and so this 14-year-old girl must do it, he writes on X. Yep. I agree with that. That's why this is an iconic image. I stand with Sophie the Brave from Dundee by the Tropical Viking. with his sunglasses on. Shouldn't have to live like this. Podcaster Basil the Great, who was one of the users who first spread the video, states angrily, she's a child, a little girl, someone's daughter, and she's screaming at grown foreign man to leave her alone. We shouldn't be living like this. The girl has quickly become a symbol of what many Britons see as the state's total failure to protect its vulnerable citizens and its children in particular. Any government that refuses to protect its daughters is illegitimate. The crown is in the gutter, just waiting for someone to pick it up, writes user Dale Stark, summarizing the growing frustration over societal developments. Sophie of Dundee, a little girl with more courage than half the men in all of Europe. The men of Europe have been emasculated to the point that they cannot protect young girls. I'm not going to look at the pictures here, but it looks like AI generated, pictures of warrior women. Authorities' betrayal continues. According to Scottish police, the girl was arrested at 7:40 p.m. on Saturday following a report of a female youth with bladed weapon on St. Anne's Lane in Dundee. She has been charged with weapon possession and will be reported to relevant authorities. The men who reportedly harassed the girls for weeks have allegedly neither been arrested nor investigated, which has also increased the already massive public outcry against authorities. The incident has brought renewed attention to the debate about excessive grooming scandals in British cities like Rotherham, Rochdale, and Oxford, where thousands of young girls were systematically exploited over decades by mainly Pakistani gangs, while authorities actively avoided taking action or fear of appearing racist. Yeah, this is really why we've gotten to this. The authorities are not enforcing the law against groups that are doing things that are patently illegal in the UK. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a US politician. This brave little girl is the type of refugee I want coming to America. I can't comprehend what type of government won't protect her and refuses to stamp out mass rapings. So this is an American congresswoman. So basically like an MP if she was in the UK. And she's talking about this girl having to flee to America. Crazy times. Meanwhile, critics emphasize that although older grooming scandals and organized sexual crimes against children committed by immigrant gangs have, after many years, begun to receive attention in Britain, there is nothing to suggest this belongs to the past. On the contrary, many believe that children are still being subjected to abuse on a massive scale, while politicians and authorities choose to ignore or even silence what is happening. Although the details are still unclear and reports are sometimes contradictory, both regarding the sequence of events and the age of those involved, the incident with the 14-year-old girl from Dundee is viewed by many as further proof that the same pattern continues, where young girls left to defend themselves while authorities arrest the victims instead of the perpetrators. So overall, I think this was a good article because it brings attention to the problem that people in the UK are scared of this migrant problem. And this little girl is obviously scared of these migrants. The problem here is going to be that she's a minor, so a lot of information is not going to be released about this situation. And so people are going to call this a cover-up. I'd really like to hear from her parents or the witnesses. I see at least 2 adult witnesses in the picture. I'd like to have heard their statements. Hopefully the police can find them and get their statements about what they saw, and the statements of the men with the cameras, the 2 alleged migrants that were harassing them. Because I think this one is actually complicated. What I really believe is it's been very much taken out of context, and so I'm not sure what is true here. Obviously, the girl is brandishing weapons, which is illegal in the UK. But why is she doing it? Is she doing it because she's really in fear for her life? And maybe she is, but we don't actually see that in the video. What I see is a little girl taunting someone who's off camera that she's going to have a go at them with these knives if he and she's the one I see threatening him. Now, how she got to that point, I don't know. Maybe he did harass her. We don't see that. So it's hard to say. So is she really a lunatic little girl who has anger issues who attacked him? Or is she somebody who is truly in fear for her safety. And I think she actually is in fear for her safety. I don't know if it's justified, but I believe she's 12, and 12-year-olds don't make good decisions. It does look like her friend was trying to restrain her. Her friend didn't seem all that scared at 14. But again, we don't know what happened. And again, there were at least two other adults in the area. And so the whole thing is complicated, and I don't really know what happened there, but I would say it does highlight the problem. Britain, you need to be making your little girls feel safe. You need to have your women feel safe to be walking in the park. They're not feeling safe. And so here we go. This is how this happens. And in this specific case, it seems to have happened because you've gone soft on migrant crime. And Britain, you need to get your act together, or else people will start carrying knives in order to protect themselves. And I personally think people should be able to carry knives to protect themselves. I see nothing wrong with self-defense, and a knife is a tool for self-defense. In America, in most places, you're allowed to carry a gun for this same purpose. And so if two men attacked me, I would have the ability to shoot them in self-defense. Now, I do have a little bit of a problem with little girls carrying weapons because little girls, 12-year-olds, may not make the best decisions. But again, if society won't protect them, you've got to be able to protect yourself. So I need to know the whole situation, but I might actually be okay with this. So I'm going to follow this, see how this actually turns out. If I see any more stories, I'll talk about it and give updates. If anyone sees stories about this where there's more information, please link it in the comments, because most of the things you see are either commentary like this website and the other I showed you that are all taking a side on it, or the police have one little paragraph that says she was arrested for having an illegal weapon, and that's it, which is understandable from the police's point because she is a minor and you've got to protect her privacy somewhat. This one has me baffled. I'm not sure. I still have a lot of questions on this one that need to be answered, but I wanted to get the story out. And I wanted to give what I thought was a fair and unbiased review of it. Let me know what I got wrong in the comments. Let me know if new layers to this onion that get unpeeled. I'm very interested in how this works out. Thanks. If you like this, give me a like and a subscribe. Yeah, if you don't like me, don't watch me. Thanks. Bye.